Did you know that the secret to building a winning social media strategy actually can be found inside the recipe of Cinnabons? Okay, despite my wife's opinion that I'm actually only doing this video so I can write off delicious goodness as a business expense, you actually can find the recipe to a winning social media strategy inside of a Cinnabon. But I do plan on actually writing off this delicious goodness as a business expense. Let's jump into it. At the beginning of this year, we saw so many YouTube creators quitting YouTube. And to be fully transparent, I was kind of about to do the same thing, but not because it was trending. The reason why I was doing it was because I thought to myself, this rat race of creating content, there has to be a better way. And that is when I needed a snack. I went into my local Cinnabon and picked up some Cinnabon for myself. And that is when I had the realization. If you've ever gone into Cinnabon, the perfect social media strategy has been in our face the entire time. Let me show you. Whenever you walk into Cinnabon, you have a choice of a few different options. You can get a full roll, a mini roll, or something they call just the center of the roll. But I'm gonna let you in on a secret about their recipe from all these items. They're all the same thing. And here's the next crazy part about it. They're all freaking delicious. Now, you probably heard of this strategy I'm about to tell you before, but it's how you actually execute this strategy that no one really ever talks about. We've heard Gary Vee and every freaking podcaster around the world talk about this, but the idea is that you create one big mixture. Let's call it the Cinnabon recipe. From there, you take that recipe and then you turn it into multiple different products. In Cinnabon's case, they turned it into a full roll, a mini roll, or the center of the roll. But for content, we could turn this into a podcast or live stream, we could turn this into a YouTube video, and we can also turn this into shorts and or reels and or TikToks. But you know what's the most annoying thing about this strategy that everybody teaches? No one actually teaches you the recipe. Like, how do you take the long form content and turn that into something that will actually be valuable, miniaturized pieces of content? That's what I figured out. But how do I know I actually stumbled across the right recipe for the long form content? Well, check out this comment. This is a comment from Instagram where somebody actually was DMing me in order to see the full version of the clip that I posted over on YouTube. And then over on my YouTube channel, I posted a clip of a full conversation, and here are multiple comments of people asking for the rest of the video. Now, sure, views are great and they are a solid metric. However, it is when you are engaging with your audience in a way where they are fiending for more of your content, that's how you know you struck gold. And that is what has been working with our new Cinnabon method. So let me break it down for you. It all starts with the original mixture. Just like Cinnabon, how they have to have an amazing mixture before they can turn it into all of the different cinnamon rolls, you actually have to have amazing long form content. But it's how you structure your long form content that really allows you to be successful. So here are my 3 key ingredients to repurposable content, starting off with the way people consume content. See, the truth is that most people consume content very selfishly. They're consuming it because they want to know something. Case in point, you probably clicked on this video because you want to know something, and you're still watching because you want to know these key ingredients. This thirst for knowledge is something that you can utilize in your long form content. Podcasters have been doing this for years. They set up a set of questions to ask their guests, each question driving more curiosity from the viewer. But if you don't have a podcast, you can literally just take questions from your audience. The benefit here is in a long form format, you're giving tons of value, but each of these questions can then be cut out to be their own individual video. And here's a bonus tip. Do I have time to do a bonus tip? I want this video to be short. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna give you the bonus tip. The bonus tip here is that whenever you go to answer a question, try to answer that question in 60 seconds in the long form video. But then you can then elaborate more on that answer. What that's gonna give you is a fantastic clip you can cut out for a short. Now, the next key ingredient into creating highly repurposable content is something that we all see on TV every day. It's a staple in our culture, and it all falls on game night. That's right. Playing games with your audience or with a guest is a fantastic way to create repurposable content because it naturally adds in the element of competition and that desire to see who wins. Also, it's just a crap ton of fun, and no matter if you're watching the Super Bowl or you're playing Monopoly, everybody wants to know the outcome of the game. And so at the end of the day, if you can add games into your long form content, it will work for repurposable. For example, me and my guests play games such as Overrated, Underrated. We also did our own little spin on the Pokemon challenge, and we did Guess That Gear. And the nice part is that you can always cut this content down to work in a short form video clip or in a vertical TikTok style video as well. Now, just like the icing on top of a Cinnabon, this next key ingredient absolutely can take your videos to that next level. And it has everything to do with actually telling your audience who you really are through a compelling story. A compelling story will not only keep their attention for the entire video, as you can see from this retention graph, but you can also see how a compelling story will lead people to want to know more. And this is the thing that we're looking for when we're creating micro content from our long form videos. But I hear you. You're asking yourself, Brandon, okay, this all sounds great in theory, and thank you for those 3 key ingredients, but how the hell do I actually execute this as a one-man band or very small production team? I'm so glad you asked. You don't. See, the truth is that you, along with most of your favorite creators out there, don't have the time to actually cut all this content up yourself. And so you use our future robot overlords to actually do it for you using an AI tool. There are tons of them out there that can do it, but probably my favorite one is Opus, because with the new 3.0 update, it actually just got so much better. Like, not only can you use it to actually create like vertical short form videos, which has been doing great forever, but now you can even have it cut up your videos in even shorter horizontal clips that you can post to YouTube. And no, this is not a plug where I'm trying to tell you to go download Opus and spend a whole bunch of money, because Opus is actually free. In fact, Opus actually just announced an even newer tool that will allow you to add captions onto any vertical video. So if you even just want to test out adding captions to your short form videos and you don't want to go through the process of editing that, Opus actually has a tool for you for that as well. And then the thing that probably helps most people out is the fact that not only are you going to get clips, but Opus is also going to give you a virality score, which is going to tell you which of the clips will actually do better on social media. And for a lot of us, this is the thing we need to help with most. I mean, creating content, yes, there is a burden to it, but also the process of knowing what to post and when to post it is always a challenge. And so allowing the AI to help you throughout that journey is just going to make your life as a creator that much easier. If you want to get an example of how we've been personally utilizing this entire Cinnabon process, you should actually join us on Fridays. Every single Friday, I host a live stream on this YouTube channel. We have guests on, we do Q&As, we do all the things I just talked about. We play games, it's a blast. And then from there, we have a second YouTube channel that just in a matter of a few days, we were able to get to over 100 new subscribers and get thousands of views on our videos. And it just keeps growing. And the crazy part is that we're not even really trying that hard, because we're having so much fun with the long form content, but because we strategically created in a very specific way, it allows us to create the horizontal clips as well as vertical clips that get posted onto my Instagram. Look, this isn't just a strategy that I pulled out of thin air or that it is a theory. This is something that I have been doing, and honestly, not only has it been fun, but it allowed me to regain my love of creating content, especially here on YouTube. So if you're someone who has been sort of thinking about how do I get the most out of creating content and how do I actually go about the process of doing this, take a page out of Cinnabon's book, but don't look at their social media. Their social media page sucks. Actually take a look at how they actually create the thing they're good at, which is Cinnabons, because they're delicious. Now, naturally, the next question becomes, well, how do I actually go about creating long form content and building a space for that? Well, I actually released an entire office tour showing off this space that I utilize for my live stream, as well as creating all of my YouTube videos. So I recommend you check out that video next, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. This is a write-off.